Welcome to Brutally Speaking, everybody. I'm your host, Gata Balsano, and I'm so excited because I was dying to get another girly in the studio. Today's girly is extra special because, like me, she's lived in one place, done another thing. Imagine, born in Amsterdam, raised in Puerto Rico. She's a model. She does fashion campaigns. She does amazing music. So let me introduce you to none other than Bodine. Hey, girl.
That intro is like, what? All that?
How
Thank
are
you? Good. Thank you.
Hey, work.
Hey.
Work it. Hey.
Ay.
That's such a hit.
Isn't it?
It's a good little song. And let me tell you something else. The music video is popping.
You like that too?
No, you look so good.
Oh my God.
Well, you look good in all the videos, but
Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank
Bodine,
you.
how are you feeling? Welcome to Brutally Speaking.
Yes. I'm kind of feeling nervous. I'm
You
feeling
are?
the pressure of the brutally speaking.
No, and I told, it's funny because I feel like the name is intimidating. Like we have guests
It
that come,
is.
they're like, "Ooh, I didn't know the show was called Brutally Speaking."
But I
and I'm
love
like,
it.
"Don't worry, like
We need
honestly,
it, actually.
yeah, you gotta,
Need
know,
it.
let your
Yeah.
pants down, just
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
fuck it all."
I love it. Let's go.
Amazing. So I honestly want to know a bit more about your background because when I read, Dutch born, raised in Puerto Rico, Dominican mom, I was
know.
like, esta niña she's just like a
Nena,
mix of all the
tú
things.
estás bien informada.
Por favor. I think this is.
Yeah, no. I think I've been lucky enough to kind of have a little bit of everything, como quien dice, I was born in Amsterdam, and then my parents were like, "This is too cold here, man. Like this is done. There's not much." And we moved to Puerto Rico. I was around 8 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, that transition was really hard because I think as a kid, when you're like 8 years old, you have your friends, you start understanding, you start maturing certain ways. And it was a tough transition. So imagine me coming to Puerto Rico, and that was the first time I was introduced to reggaeton music.
What was the first reggaeton song you heard that you were like, I'm with it?
I think it was Dale, Dale, Don Dale.
Oh,
Don
Omar?
Yeah, it was really like the Don Omar and Daddy Yankee era,
yeah.
Wisin y Yandel, Héctor el Father. But, it was literally like listening to porn.
Of course,
As a
back
kid, I was
then.
like, wow, this is so in your
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
And it marked me, and I immediately got attached to reggaeton, and I loved how open and sincere and fun the music is.
When she says, Dario Omar, que estoy suelta como gaveta, you were like,
Acho,
oh yeah, baby, 8 years old. And she's like, yes.
Yo haciendo los ad-libs, yo duro.
I love you said Don Omar because honestly,
Yeah.
Don Omar was also mine. And
yeah?
my funny story, to just add a little bit of a B into there, is that my grandmother introduced me to Don Omar.
You met him?
My grandma like introduced me to him saying like to his music.
Wow.
So like
is she around?
she's not around anymore,
Rest
but she's
in
a legend.
peace.
She's
She
a legend.
knew, yeah.
So tell me about 8-year-old Bodine. Amsterdam, everything's organized and very, European, and the weather is different. And
yeah.
8-year-old Bodine arrives to Puerto Rico, where
Acho, sí.
Puerto Rico. How was that?
En verdad, it was, like I said, really, really shocking because everything was so different from weather, what you just said, but also like school, the way how everybody communicates around me, mentality, music, and the people. And I'm just so grateful that my parents made this decision. No offense to
You are.
because culturally it's just was such an elevation because I since very little knew I wanted to be in music.
Right.
And I felt that I landed at the right place.
Right.
Was
Was it weird for you as well because when I read your bio and I read where you're from and stuff, like I identified with it a lot. Like my mom's Colombian, my dad's Italian. I was born here. I lived in Colombia for a while. Then I lived in Italy. Like I moved around a lot, and I just remember, or to this day, I feel like you're never really from anywhere.
Yeah.
You never belong anywhere. If you feel like you fully belong, I don't know if you felt that growing up, where it's like no soy de aquí, no soy de allá, no sé dónde soy. Like how do I explain to people, like when people ask you where are you from, you can't just say one thing.
I understand what you're saying, pero para ser bien honesta, como que with my life experiences, at least for me, if they ask me, yo digo, yo soy de Puerto Rico.
Really?
Yes, because, you know, I was moved there when I was 8. That's, I think, as a child is when you develop really your personality kind of thing. And you start understanding more the world and what it really is. Y como que ahí fue donde yo me desarrollé. Yo me crié ahí. I went to school there. All my friends are there. And I think before that, I was just too young. And yeah, ik spreek Nederlands. I mean, I speak Dutch. I understand the Dutch culture. But I just didn't get, you know, I just left really young from Holland, you know?
Do you feel like you connected more with the culture because sometimes mom's culture dominates more in the household, and your mom was probably very intentional about like, I want my kid to grow up feeling Latina, speaking Spanish,
100%.
comiendo mangú, like,
sí, todo eso, yeah, 100% right. The Latin culture was 100% there, you know, all the Christmases, all the celebrations, you know, we're in Puerto Rico. We would travel for that already, you know, to be with our family. And then when we moved, yo me desarrollé en la isla. Yo conecté with who I am there, and I became a complete island girl. Yeah.
So my question was going to be, was it difficult for you to fit in? But I feel like you
yeah, very.
Right
No, very. O sea, ustedes tienen que entender, like, I didn't speak any Spanish.
Okay. You understood it from your
mom. I understood it, but I didn't speak it, you know? So that was not fun to be able to speak y defenderte with all the bullies.
Of course. Did you experience that?
Yeah, I went through a lot of bullying, you know? I was very flaquita, like tall. Awkward. I would like bring veggies for lunch in a little Ziploc bag. Y todo el mundo like, arroz, habichuela. And I'm like, oh, I'm not used to eating warm, like, for lunch and for dinner. You know, it's like these little details that poco a poco, obviamente, now I'm eating like rice.
Of course.
Lunch and,
arroz con gandule.
Claro, it's the best.
Acho.
Sí.
What's like a core memory that you have growing up when you were a kid from that time?
Yeah. Wow. There are a couple that comes to my mind. But I would say that when I was that young, I didn't understand salsa music. Because I was very into pop, like Spice Girls.
Oh, God, of course.
¿Sabe? La Madonna.
Yeah.
Después me encantó el reggaeton. But I couldn't connect with those classics. And when I made this comment to my mother, she was absolutamente really offended. O sea, me dio la sillita time out en la esquina, mira la pared. Like, what did you just say?
Your mom put you in time out?
Oh, mi amor. O sea, that was scarring on a point where I remember crying. I'm like, she was so upset that she put me on this classical salsa dancing classes.
Wow.
Okay? So I went to this class, and I remember I was like, why am I here? Like, what?
Right.
Cuando yo entendí esa clave,
te cambió el universo entero. It's like your whole universe.
I understood life. I understood what I told my mom. That was everything to me, and I'm a huge salsa lover, and I think that was one of the memories growing up in Puerto Rico, where I feel one of the luckiest girls in the world to have that experience opportunity and in my culture.
If you in the future wanted to have kids or nieces, nephews, whatever it is, I feel like you would be more heavy on teaching them your Puerto Rican culture than anything else. Or would you try?
100%.
I feel like it's a debate. Again, it's like,
o sea, first of all, who speaks Dutch and like
here? Right.
Have you met?
Right.
It's very rare.
Well, one of my best friends is from there, but other than that,
I mean, I would speak Spanish to my kid.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's what you're asking.
Yes, what I'm asking is like raising a child, and you're
no disrespect. No. I love my Dutch people and my Dutch heritage, but I think que que definitivamente el español, papi, es el lenguaje del mundo ahora mismo, estamos rompiendo.
I know, for real. Like, seriously? O sea,
Yeah.
seeing, like, what's his name in La Casita? Like, DJ Khaled and stuff. It's like, we're really, like, there's a lot going
Acho,
on
para
right
la
now.
casita, loca, yo quería ir para allá.
Acho, pa' La Casita. You're still in time.
I'm still on time.
Did you see the concert?
Oh, yes. Hijo de puta.
Was it
ese
insane?
Ese concierto está marcando la historia de una manera tan increíble. I mean, we're so lucky that we're in this time and era,
I know,
and this
right?
is happening now.
While I was there,
Yeah.
like, I'm not Puerto Rican, pero uno se
Sí.
siente boricua. It's unbelievable how you feel
es
it.
que ni eso, es que es como que está elevando toda la industria y lo genuino que Bad Bunny es con la música y su cultura y lo que transmite es just pure love and joy and respect and admiration. It's just sick. I love it.
But don't you feel it's fantastic how people who aren't Puerto Rican are understanding so much about Puerto Rico because of
Yeah.
what he's doing? I
Oh,
feel like he's,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
nos está dando todos una
100%.
cátedra de,
Sí, sí,
de
sí, sí.
cultura boricua.
Sí, es como dice, justo y necesario,
Yeah.
everything lo que está pasando.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you did go to the casita, who would you want to be in there with?
Ooh, that's a great question, loca. ¿Quién ya ha ido? Yo siento que par de gente ya ha ido.
A ver, Belinda,
Belinda
Penelope
ha
Cruz,
ido, yes,
Toquisha,
Toquisha.
Young Miko was
Young
in there
Miko
with
was
Toki.
there with Toki. Oh, that was such a FOMO.
Who I know. It's like Ricky Martin,
Ricky,
LeBron
tan bello,
James.
LeBron.
There's muchos. I mean, you know, the sky's the limit, honestly.
I mean, ¿quién me encantaría estar ahí? Like, let me think. Hacho con Tego. Tego ya fue.
Tego no ha ido.
Tego. Oh my God. Yes.
Tego ya más jodido.
I'm such a fan. Soy tan fan.
Para cuadrar, para coordinar.
Sí, no, ¿quién más no ha ido así?
A ver, ¿quién más no ha ido a la casita? I don't think the Looney Tunes have.
Ooh,
Looney Tunes haven't. I haven't seen Arcángel. Or
No,
wait,
espérate,
Arcángel,
no, él
Arcángel
se
I think
zumbó
was.
para allá. Sí, sí, sí.
Creo que Arcángel
Yeah,
was,
he
and he
was.
performed.
Yeah,
actually.
he performed, yeah.
Who else? Dude, I don't know. No sé, pero I think I agree with your
Just
with your
being there, I
stance.
think it's magical.
No, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah, yeah.
Describe a teenage Bodine. Did you have a lot of boyfriends? Were you very academic? Were you disciplined? Were you nerdy? Were you still awkward? Were you still the awkward kid, or had you already like kind of like assimilated a bit more into the culture?
You know, I was very hardworking as a
Since-
teenager.
Okay.
You know, there was a lot of things going on in my house where I knew I needed to be part of, you know, de echar pa'lante como que kind of thing. And so I had the opportunity from very young to modelar en la isla, like to
Okay.
be a model and, you know, be entertainment business. And in school, I was like in a specialized school. So en una escuela que se llama Julián Blanco.
Right, because you went to Catholic school till you were like 8 years old.
How do you know
No.
that, bro?
Girl?
Fuck.
What? Who do you? Hello.
So weird. No one knows that. How do you know that?
You went to Catholic school,
I did.
and then
Con las monjitas.
Yeah, con las monjitas, and then like you got into dance, into a
Yeah,
dance school.
I got into a dance
specialized
school,
in
yeah.
dance. Pero mi
I'm
pregunta.
scared.
Me sé toda tu vida.
Okay.
I was on the phone with your mom 30 minutes ago. So just kidding.
Mira que te creo.
I'm just kidding. But honestly, yeah, like because I went to Catholic school too, and I
Yeah.
was like Catholic school to like a full arts school, which by the way, props to your parents or whoever said let's put her in an art school, because like us Latinos with the arts thinking that the kid's gonna starve if they don't study engineering or you know
Yeah.
law or like medicine.
Yeah.
Props to them.
No, you know how it actually happened? I was taking La Ama, like the La Guagua,
Yeah.
the bus,
Yeah, the bus.
to somewhere from, because I used to live in Old San Juan for a little bit. That's where the school was, Parvulos, which that school doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. I was taking the bus somewhere, and I saw this girl wearing this school uniform, but she's wearing ballet tights. And I was so puzzled. It's like, why is she wearing ballet tights with her school uniform?
Okay.
And I said to my mom, I pointed out, I think, what is that all about? So we asked the girl, and the girl's like, oh, I'm in the ballet school, Julián Blanco.
Yeah.
And I said, Mom, that's the school I want to go to. That's how it happened.
And your mom said, okay.
It's like, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So I auditioned and I got in. So, it was a tight schedule, you know. You're like training 3 hours in the morning, then you're doing academics, and then I had these side gigs, and then
like modeling.
Yeah, I would go to the conservatorium and play and do piano classes and all that stuff.
Right. Was the fact that there were things going on at home distracting from all the things that you had to do, like the dance school and the modeling and all those things?
I just knew I had to keep working at any craft and opportunity I had in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was your question? You asked me like what was kind of like a mark on my how I was in my teenage time.
Yeah, in your teenage years.
Well, I was, beside all that hard working, it was very frustrating because I'm 6 feet tall.
Right.
In Puerto Rico.
At like 13?
Yes. And loca, todo el mundo es bien bajito, perdona.
Que los latinos, Dios dijo, les doy todo el sabor a los latinos, pero la estatura no. La estatura se va para Netherlands.
Bro, so it was kind of frustrating because, you're starting to like boys and... Loca, tú eran bien bajito. Y yo soy tan alta. And they're looking at me like, yeah, what do you want me to do with this?
Con ese tronco, hacho.
So look at all my friends were so happy. Like, oh, I'm talking to this boy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at air. Because
Okay.
So eso fue como que frustrante. And I remember one time I was really frustrating. Like, when I go like to the movies or some plays, I feel that all my girlfriends, they get to talk to boys, but no boy wants to talk to me.
Oh my God.
And I started crying. And my mom is like, mija, no te preocupes, es que eres muy bonita y alta.
Y alta.
I'm like, oh well. It will come.
That's amazing. But that, I feel like that, or aparte que eres muy bonita y alta.
Oh, thank you.
And charismatic, that probably also earned you. That man that saw you and said you would be good for modeling, like how old were you when that happened? He said you would be perfect for modeling.
That was very different too. So after I lived in Old San Juan, I was really raised in La Calle Loíza, Santurce, in a street called Calle La Flore, right there in La Farmacia Americana. If anyone knows, in Puerto Rico before, Harry Robles was on that street. His atelier was on that street. And so my school was in La de Diego, and I would walk every day from my school home.
Okay.
And in the morning, I will go walk to school. So, but on the way back, I would choose the street straight into La Flore, where I would see his atelier every day, And he always
was a designer?
Yes. He would always have these beautiful mannequins with these extraordinary dresses that you will die for. And I would always look at that window and say, I wish I one day could wear a piece like that.
Oh, honey, you were manifesting.
I was like, I wish to one day wear a Harry Robles dress. And I remember... there were some difficult situations in my house, and at the same time,
financially?
Yeah.
Your parents were struggling.
Yeah, we were, we were having some ups and downs, and it was a down moment. And I knew he was looking for models, and I just got really encouraged. And I remember I was just wearing my school uniform, my school shoes, and I had a couple of fotos imprimidas de Walgreens, de las camaritas esas de flash.
Yeah.
I knocked on his glass door and I said, hello, I'm Bodine. I'm 13 years old and I want to be your model.
Nena, tremendos huevos. What? How old were you?
I was like 13 years old.
What? You were a literal child.
And my mom was with me. And they were kind of laughing, like Joel and Harry, and they're like, they let me in. They thought it was cute. But, I'm tall. I think they saw some potential definitely. At the second they saw the whole exchange, they were kind of laughing. But I think he saw something and he brought a pair of heels.
Okay.
And he's like, walk. And I'm never wore heels before. I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I put the heels on with my socks, my uniform.
Yeah.
I did a little walk and they said, thank you very much. I'm like, okay. walk away.
Yeah.
That time, I had no cell phone. We had no cell phone. It was just a house line. And I remember I'm in school a couple of days later, and they sent for me to go to the school office.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my God, I did something bad. And it was my mom calling the school, wanted to really talk to me. I'm like, Mom, is everything okay? It's like, oh my God, Harry Robles just called. He wants you to model for us.
I have chills right now, everybody.
And not only that, he wants you to do the full campaign for the lookbook for the new collection. I had no idea what that meant, but I was just like, oh,
of course.
Ah! And it all started then and there.
It's just wild to me because you hear these stories from like Giselle Brunchen and like Adriana Lima of how they were scouted like at a McDonald's in Sao Paulo, but you never actually like sit down and like hear it from someone like, yeah, man, I was, I knocked on a door and they were like, you work, it's good, let's do it.
Yeah,
that's
it was,
amazing.
timing was everything. I had the courage, I had the dream, and when you want something, I guess you should really try and go for it. I think it was a moment like that, and then I from there, it was like a new world unlocked. And but I knew it was kind of like a stepping stones, como un trampolín, como quien dice, because I knew from the beginning I wanted to be in music, and I never gave that up.
Right.
But hey, it was feeding the family. Echando pa'lante. At the same time, I loved it.
Did you feel a responsibility of like, I need to help my family, like I need to do this to help my family? Because I feel, again, your mom very supportive. Like, I'm very impressed by your parents' support.
I'm one of those. I was in one of those situations where when the kid is the adult in the family.
You were?
Yeah.
It was?
I mean, I say it laughing because maybe it makes me nervous, but yes.
Have you seen that meme of like, nice sense of humor? It's like, thanks, it's the trauma from having to do from being the adult of the family.
I swear. I mean, I love my parents. I forgive whatever was not cool or, echamos pa'lante. Pero yeah, I was kind of like the adult.
The adults of the family. Do you think those formative years kind of built who you are, and the fact that, because girl, you have lived many lives.
I lived many lives, and I lived many
at 32 years old, everybody.
That I'm not even prepared to say yet, because the entertainment business is dark.
I know.
There are a lot of dark holes, and not only when you're pretty, when you come from a humble family and difficult situation, it's not easy. I
remember the first time I saw you on social media. It was like 2017. You had done a campaign with the Blondes.
Oh, yeah.
I sent a photo of what Bodine looks like on the runway. I couldn't find the campaign I saw. Yeah, some publicist posted you. And I was like, oh, God. There's a photo that I sent in that I need to show of Bodine. A few weeks ago, somebody posted a photo. Look at Miss Bodine on the runway. Okay? El cuerpower, la estatura, el porte, o sea, corte, porte y elegancia.
I'm watching this is stressful.
Bodine, I remember the first time I saw you, I was like, who the hell is this broad? Like, where did she come from? Literally, I was like a Victoria's Secret angel.
Oh my God.
Yeah, modeling for the Blondes. And the Blondes are amazing, right? They're super
amazing.
Like creative.
Philippe and David, yeah, they're creative gods.
And I saw you dressed as an alien performing for them on a runway show.
So supportive. They get into my world. I get into their world. And Philippe and David are like just amazing. Perfeccionista. They have the vision. They're just constantly on a new creative path where it's just so inspiring, and I just love them, and I'm so grateful for, en verdad, tener esa oportunidad de siempre estar, working with them.
Yeah. How did you meet them? Like, did you knock on their door like, hey, I want to wear one of your glamorous outfits?
I have another version of that.
Oh, you're joking. Really? In New York? You were living in New York?
I was living in New York, but the true story was that in Puerto Rico around 2012, they came and did a fashion show in Puerto Rico, and I casted and I walked for them. But then time passed, and I moved to New York, and I was trying to get in contact with Phil and David to get a casting, because to get their casting is imposible. Okay. And I was really trying to get that casting, and through my agency, and it's difícil in Fashion Week to get any casting that you really actually want. And so one of my best friends got a casting call for them, and it said, bro, just let me go with you.
Let me in, bro.
Let me, we don't share the castings, but she's like, of course, come with me.
That's a real friend.
Oh, yeah. And I showed up at the door, and I'm like, Phil, David.
Oh, my God.
And like, Nana, where have you been?
They
I'm like,
recognized you from Puerto Rico.
And I'm like, give me that walk. I'm like, okay. And their casting is all about that you need to know how to walk in the Louis Vuitton, Louboutin.
Louboutin.
Oh, I love that.
Ouais, je
Louboutin.
parle
Sorry.
français.
Oh
No,
my
Louboutin,
God.
ouais.
Soy tan yali, soy una cafre. No puedo.
You said something in Dutch and I didn't understand it, so it's fine.
Well, ya ni me atrevo a decirlo.
Okay.
But they make you walk in those.
Oh, in the really high, like 8, 9-inch stiletto
yes,
heel,
in
the black
stiletto
ones.
all the way up. And they are like, we want on beat, honey.
Yeah,
On beat. We don't want on your tempo, sway it away, shot it.
Yeah.
No.
Punchy.
They want on the beat.
Damn, son.
Yeah. 4 to the floor.
And you were
attitude.
ready?
When are we not ready, honey?
Honey, you went for it.
Honey, that's a sin not to be ready. You always have to be
My
ready.
God, had you prepared, or were you like, well, also, I just want, because we're way ahead of the timeline here. You did in 2012 go to Miss Universe.
Oh, I thought we were skipping that.
No, we're not skipping that. That's like, I think it's also like one of
Can I go
the
out and smoke now?
No, yeah, I think the fact that you became Miss Puerto Rico.
Bro, I was so broke I had to do it.
Really?
Like,
Is that what you?
Yeah. I had no idea. You need to understand that being a pageant, it's a total different sport. That is a very serious sport, actually. You need to talk a certain way. You need. Ay, Dios mío.
Epa mía, mírate.
Ay. I really need that cigarette now.
What comes to mind when you see yourself? Because I feel like, again, you've lived many lives after that already.
Yeah.
That young, innocent Bodine that had already seen bits of the industry. Also, the Miss Universe and like the pageant world, like you said, it's a very strange place.
Yeah, that's definitely when they took my innocence away.
They do. They take everyone's innocence away.
Yeah,
they took mine too. So
no, it's really a funny business.
Yeah.
You know, all entertainment business is all
I know.
funny business, but that one in particular, I think, if this is the question that you really want to ask me, if I would do it ever again, I would do it in my 30s. I would never do that in my 17, 18. First of all, you don't know nothing about the world.
Right.
Okay? Second of all, like, your headspace is just in a complete different zone where you should disfrutar de otras cosas de la vida than what you're facing in front of you. I really think they should push not until what is the age now?
I think age is like 20 to 28, and I think they were gonna make it more. I do think.
Loca.
But
have
I
you
agree
seen
with
women
you.
in their 50s?
No,
They
I
look
know.
amazing.
No, I agree. I fully agree with you. But I think what you're saying is the most valuable thing, like the headspace that women are in their 30s. In your 20s, you're so insecure.
It's not even about insecure. It's just, loca, te pueden cogerle pendeja tan fácil.
And did they? They did with you?
Of course. It's a whole business that's upside down. I'm not going to say more than that because I don't want to get sued. But because everybody sue everyone for anything.
Yeah.
One day and one time I will. But all I want to say is that, chicas, if you guys are interested in that, there's no rush into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't feel it was like a step upward and it gave you maybe a few more ropes into, you know, you moved to New York, like you
Bro, I moved to New York. I was homeless.
Oh wow.
Like, loca, you need to understand timing is everything. I think everything has changed right now. Like, for example, in that time, I would say 2012, if you were called an Instagram model, bro, you're a loser.
Right.
Do you understand? Like,
and that was when it was kicking off
that,
too. So
that was when it kicks off, and it was like a funny thing to say. No, a real model is that if you're with an agency and that kind of stuff. So yeah, the timing wasn't right. So even including being in a pageant, trying to go into an agency, nobody wanted to sign me. Nobody wanted to book me. Loca, nadie. Like, yo llegué a New York the first week and I was sleeping in hotel lobbies until I could find a place to crash. You know?
How long did that like persist for?
Hasta que pestaba diablo.
Really? It was like that?
Ay, yo me río. Ese es el trauma, te lo
No.
juro.
Amiga, I also lived out of a car in 2017 when I saw you first on Instagram. So I that's why
Okay.
that's why I'm asking, because I know what that's like,
I'm here like,
smelling for 3 days after not showering for 3 days, and you don't know what to do. And you
Yeah.
have to go to an LA Fitness to shower.
well, at the end, the reason I moved to New York is because of a fellow called Prince Galore Mag. Shout out.
Okay.
They used to have a mother agent agency, and they discovered me and said, come to New York. And it's like, I have to go because I need to work y hacer plata and become independent. And you're like in the whole fake it till you make it thing
Of course.
until
Of course.
the whole fake it wasn't working because it was getting stinky.
Of course.
And I called him up. It's like, bro, I have nowhere to live. And so I lived with them I was their roommate for
By
for a
them, you
long
mean
time.
Prince and Jacob?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got vulnerable with friends who you weren't sure if they were
Yeah.
actually friends, and they
Yeah.
ended up being, your support at that point.
Became super close, like family, and Prince, really gave me that opportunity to move forward with my life. And then that was the moment donde yo como que aterricé nuevamente, and I kind of got signed.
Okay.
And bro, you know what happened to me? I had so much stress on me que a mí me salió como un acné bien crazy. Like a crazy. When I say crazy acne, including a beard.
But it was acne, or was it like rosacea type
No.
of vibes?
It was
Your
acne with hair, with everything. My
Wow.
hormones were so out of balance because I was so scared. Nobody could help me. My mom was so worried about me. And I remember I couldn't land any jobs because of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I went to the agency and I was so desperate. I said to the booker, Loga, I need to work ASAP. Aunque sea un comercial de Gillette afeitándome la cara.
You're joking.
Send me now.
The things we do.
I'm like on that level. Like, I need the job now.
I mean, these days, I feel like people are like, let me open an OnlyFans. Back then, it was like, let me
just do
shave my
whatever.
face, man.
And actually my first job, it was a Amazon catalog for what was it? Uniforms. But like uniforms like mountain climbing,
Right.
karate.
Fue tu momento más
nurse.
humilde, Bo.
Like,
El momento más
so
humilde
if
de
you go on
Bodhi.
Amazon.com and look like karate uniform, you might see me like right? You do anything.
Were you a Halloween costume model at any point?
Look, guys, those sound sexy. I would have done that. That's hot. That's pretty much my lane.
I'm loving the offer to shave yourself for money.
Hey, I'm still available for that kind of booking, actually.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So again, I feel like you've done so much in such a short amount of time. How long were you in New York for?
So I was in New York, I think for 5 years or something like that. And I remember I told Prince, Prince, I like all this modeling stuff, but I really want to go into music because
That was the
that's
moment.
what I actually know how to do.
Right.
And I know that I think I could be good at it.
What
I
year
think.
was that in?
I would say 2014.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. So you were like, I like music. I want to get into it. I've been dancing my whole life.
Yeah, like I've been playing all my life. I know keys. I know that there's a space for me in there.
Yeah. I mean, your mom had you taking salsa
Yeah,
classes
I mean-
like as a toddler. So
Yeah, I mean,
so I believe it.
Loga, I had so many meetings with a lot of important people.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to just tell you one of them
Okay.
because I could be laughing really hard again, but it's my trauma coming out.
Okay.
But this specific one, okay, tells me, come to my office, let's talk music. And I'm like, okay. And I remember I had one voice note, just my vocals and piano. I'm like, this is the voice note I have. I want to record music. I need help. I don't know any producers, but I can do this. I want to sing, you know, do this, have this whole vision, whatever. And the guy was really like, yes, I think this is a great idea. You're very talented. I believe in you. You know, the whole
thing. Yeah, the thing they all say.
I'm going to go fast forward. He's like, hey, meet me at Zuma so we can discuss your future.
Of course. Yeah. Over sushi and dessert.
Over sushi.
And I'm dessert.
And sake.
Probably.
Sake.
Dude, I've seen this film way too many times, you know?
Right. So I'm sitting there, and I remember calling my mom and saying, Mommy, se van a cumplir todos mis sueños. Encontré la oportunidad. It's going to happen.
Man.
I'm like, you know, and mi mamá, ay, que Dios te bendiga, mijita. It's going to all be great. Blah, blah, blah.
But if I had $1 for every time I called my mom to say, Ma, por fin se van a cumplir todos mis sueños, girl, I wouldn't need to play the Powerball today. You know what I'm saying?
We have to.
Hey, we have to.
Okay.
Yeah. If
Remind
we do, I'll call you and we'll go to
this,
Zuma.
Okay.
I don't even know executives take me to Zuma.
Loca, this is real. Tú sabes lo que va a pasar.
You know.
El tipo literalmente dijo, dame tu lengua, que mi lengua con tu lengua for this opportunity. And I'm like, what? And that was it, you know, that was scary. I was like, there's no way, you know, I've been through so much trauma. I can't go through more trauma.
I want to say something so inappropriate. The man said, let me put my sushi roll in your wasabi. And you said.
Loca, más que eso, yo lo mandé para el carajo.
Of course.
Yo dije, loco, tú no entiendes. I've been through so much already. I'm not ready to ni siquiera hear it or like. Anyways,
my hands are sweating like you can't imagine right now.
So I've had a few of those, okay, until my voice note got, again, you remember that friend that brought me to the casting of The Blondes?
Yes, the really good friend.
The really good
that
friend.
Everyone should have in their corner.
The really good friend sent my voice note to Alvarito Diaz.
Epa!
Yes.
El Alvarito Diaz.
Yes.
Damn, and a lot of dots are connecting in my head now.
And then it got to his producer, Manuel Lara. Mm-hmm. So I worked with Manuel Lara. He was my first producer where I really made a couple of records.
Okay.
Y de ahí, loca, fue que en verdad, poco a poco, encontré mi gente, my family, my music family, and that's where I'm literally standing right now. And, but that's where it really started me getting into the industry. And then it was 2019, and then I released my first reggaeton Spanish record, and so on, so on, so on, so on.
That's amazing. I love about you that you're finally sitting in an era where I wouldn't say you have to look down at anyone because you don't give me the vibe that you look down, but you can look to the side and say, I did it without you.
I mean, yeah. Loca, I don't want to say I did it without you. I mean, I
some people you did do it without them, though. They were offering you the wrong thing. Those
you mean
people.
that. Yeah.
I mean, people that were offering you.
Y yo creo que after all my trauma of being in this industry really young, I think por eso yo me tardaba un poquito más, loca, because when I go to studios and they're like, hey, what's up, mamacita? I'm like, yeah.
Right, you're like, peace, man.
I'm peace, and maybe
way too old for this.
And maybe I get blocked, and maybe no me quieren dar más la oportunidad. Me ha pasado 1000 veces, pero mira, I'm going slow and steady, exactly how it needs to be.
Right. At the same time, I do feel like you're very comfortable in your skin. Like, I was looking at videos and stuff, and I'm like, esta tipa es divina, sabe que es divina, and you work it, man. You work it. So how do you balance that out? Because even me, like, I don't do music videos, but like sometimes I'm just afraid to walk in anywhere where like my cleavage shows because I'm like, I don't want anybody to get like the wrong impression.
Loca, ¿cómo va a ser?
How do you balance that out? Yeah, no, the other day all of it was out, but I'm
Muy
just
bien.
saying. Claps for me. But how do you balance that? And also, you're married, right?
I am.
So how does that go with your husband?
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah, he's supportive and.
Yeah, he loves it. I think that is one of the things that made me fall in love with this relationship, because there's no jealousy and believes in me. Y creo que, you know, un hombre inseguro es lo peor.
Oh my God.
It's like the most toxic and abusive relationship you could have.
Yeah.
Being with an insecure man.
No, totally.
You
totally.
know, I can't handle like small dick energy.
Yeah, seriously.
No, thank you.
Preach, sister.
No, thank you. We don't want that. Ladies don't want that. And I think that's so out and done.
Yeah. I feel like with women in the industry, I, for example, am single, and it's tough to find a partner who supports and who understands you're not just going to go cheat on him with every single man you work with. And I feel like it's really hard to get to that point where you find someone that's like, go do it, girl. Like, I'm not obviously not cheat, but I know you're not cheating. Go, like, be you. You're beautiful. Like, go shine.
Yeah, y creo que it's just for me personally, my interests are just different. I just love creating. And I don't give that energy to my partner, like, you know, looking around or no. I just love my team. I love my producers. I love my work. I love Sylvie. She's like right
Sylvie.
there.
It's amazing.
Yeah, shout out. No, I love everyone on my team. I'm obsessed. Y loca, no es que es una presión, pero yo no le quiero fallar a mi equipo. Okay. I don't want to fail my team. I love my team. I want to make everyone around me successful with whatever I'm trying to achieve, you know?
I read somewhere that you say that you feel protected by music, which I think is a beautiful phrase. Tell me more about that. Why and how do you feel protected by music?
There are a lot of aspects why I can say that, you know, esa frase. Es que, first of all, it's been a healing process for me. You know, I've been through things que, como te dije, yo todavía no me atrevo a decirlo, you know, because they're hard to say. It's hard because it's a combination of feeling shame and feeling you need the courage, you know. It's like a lot of factors, you know. Like I said, it's a dark business and people take advantage of each other. And I started young. Yeah. And I think music has been absolutamente mi terapia en poder escribir mi letra and show all my vulnerable parts, incluyendo la sensualidad, you know? Right. And it helped me grow and understand myself more and be fearless, you know? And ya loca a este punto, getting criticized. I'm not going to even put it on the list because I've been criticized and taking rejection since I'm a model. They're like, oh, your nose is too this. Right. Oh, your tits are too big. Oh, your ass is to this. And now they're like, oh, your song is to this or your song is to that. On this point, I'm like, no, I actually don't care. Yeah. Because I love my children. My songs are my children. Right. And
I love that. I love I was about to say, wait, you have a baby?
You see, well, I do have a kid.
A lot of babies. Oh, you do? Yeah, You're a mom?
Yeah, that too.
See, I didn't know that. Your mom didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but we're gonna leave it there.
Yeah. That's okay. No, that's okay. That's okay. But that's congratulations.
Yeah, I do it all. Like you said, I have a lot of lives.
A lot of lives. We should you know, it's iconic right now that I'm a mommy.
Yes,
I'm a mom.
Like I actually should use the audio.
You should use that audio.
Yeah.
Do you feel like social media intensifies that criticism? Like, how do you deal with, because one thing is criticism here and there in the industry. The other one is like, these people are like ruthless.
You mean like music-wise?
Like, music-wise, life-wise. Like, you know, like people will criticize anything, make up a story.
Well, I've had people asking me like on social, like, where's your kid? Why don't you do that? It's like, do you know the pedophiles that are out there and the crazy people and the AI stuff they do with children? No, thank you.
Yeah.
Number two, the criticism in question of my music and all that, you know, it's a great journey. It's like gasoline to get even better, you know, to gas it up and just keep going. And no hay perfeccionismo en esto, obviamente, pero like just get better at your craft, you know?
Do you feel like you're finally free? And by free, I mean like you don't feel the obligations of having to do something because you have maybe un compromiso, or because you have to help your parents, or because you finally get to do things for you, only for you, maybe obviously for your baby, of course, because I think once we have a kid, obviously we think about any decision we make, we think about that kid as well. I think, I'm not a mom, but I'm assuming parents are like that. But do you feel like you're finally free?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You're getting, okay, you're still working on it.
I'm getting there. I think there's a lot of things that I still want to say and work on, you know? But yeah, I feel I've come a long way to that feeling of freedom and feeling protected and loved. And I just feel very lucky, like from my own family, but my music family, you know. I just feel that I'm the luckiest girl to have these things, you know. Pero loca, I just love creating, and you know, it's like a roller coaster. You know, when you start it, it's like, this is what I want to do. I put it out there. This is how I want it. This is how it needs to sound, and it's very genuine. And then people come involved. Oh, we might want to sign you. We might want you here, but the music needs to be more here and there. You start to listen. Then otra influencia entra, and then you start changing things. And then you're like, wait a minute, am I making music for me? Or for industry? What are we doing here? And then you're waking up and it's like, oh, no. Let's go back here. It's like a path of like up and down. Because being an artist is tough. You need, it's important to stay genuine and true to yourself, and being you're an artist, your own path. But at the same time, you need to understand the business. If not,
how do you do it? Staying authentic, staying genuine, while obviously still maybe being open to advice. Like, oh, I see what you're saying, but I don't know if this feels organic to me. Like, how do you balance that out? And I also want to know, do you have a therapist?
No, I know. Hey, like, there's a point where literally you have to make the mistakes because you have to make the mistakes.
Yeah.
You know? But really, there's a point where you have to be like, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. And then, therapy. Is that like a big thing for you?
And therapy, you know, I go to pole dance class. I work out.
I love pole dancing.
Yeah, pole dance. I like to go to dancing nights. Like, I am more like a physical way of expressing whatever is going on my mind. I don't know if it has to do with being an only child, where just talking to myself in my mind, I feel I'm getting the solution and the answer I'm looking for. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say, but I think expressing my emotions, I'm just really hard. I have like a few key people to actually talk my problems, and I feel that it's healthy. You know, yo he tenido par de terapistas que, loca, me ha hecho sentir bien loca. And I'm like, okay, what's the point?
Right.
But therapy is important. Therapy needs to be in your life. I'm lucky enough that I think I have a couple of people in my life that really give me the right guidance and other, you know, ángulos of situations and self-reflection, whatever. But therapy is important. Mental health is a lot. Yo tengo muchos momentos de depresión, ¿entiendes? Muchos momentos oscuros, muchos momentos difíciles, donde yo
question everything.
Me quiero quitar, no quiero hacer más música, olvídate de esto, you know. But like I said, I can't let down my team. Like, It's moments, I guess, that we have.
Yeah. You released music a few months ago. I want to know what you're working on.
Well, it's so interesting because you know how we're all connected to the universe?
Yeah.
And I think there's some gaps in the universe where you connect and you have certain creative moments. And I think that pot is really steering. And so I'm really working towards a project, and I want to give something really special.
Okay.
But let's see. It will take a little bit of time to get there.
Okay. And this is a project that you're fully like immersed in, or do you have like your team helping you as well?
I mean, it's me and my team.
Yeah.
Same
always.
Team. Yeah, always.
To the death.
To the death.
Amazing.
For now. Tú sabes, uno nunca sabe. La gente está loca también. So. I love you guys. No disrespect, pero de momento se levantan and they got bit by a vampire and they changed their mind. I don't know.
Yeah, stay away from those vampires. Well, it's been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us here at Básico Stream, getting brutally honest with me about so many things. Yes. Yeah, no, you opened up beautifully, and I appreciate it fully, because I know it's not always easy. And you do everything with so much grace, and I've cheered you on ever since I saw you a few years ago. Yeah, I think you're amazing, and we hope to have you back here in the studio when you release new music.
Thank you.
Yeah, so nothing. If you want to just maybe give your social media to, you can look at this camera over here and give your social media to.
Okay. Mi gente, no sean unos charros. Follow me on Bodine.x on all the platforms. Thank you very much.
Let's support our girl Bodine.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching Brutally Speaking, and I'll see you next time.
Bien duro, ya me dice fuego easy. Si ese culo se merece Fendi, Louis, sí. Si no quiero huir ni tengo miedo que me envise. Recuerdo cuando cuando tú te hacías la difícil. Esa nalga está en zona